Okay, so we have seen here what CSS looks like just a bit quickly, and this is what HTML looks like. And when you put them together, you get a nice looking page. Yeah. Yeah, so we looked at how to edit. You use an editor, and this editor gives you help and tells you if something is wrong. Ooh, now it gives you warnings. It's sort of like in Word also, you know, you have the grammar checker and spell checker. It's this code editor is something like that, and you should you can use any way, you can edit it in any way you like, but at least it's nice to have these kind of checks, and I can highlight, for example, these are called brackets, and of course this is not enough to understand the actual language. So I recommend for beginners to in these languages you can start with W3 schools or V3 schools, as I say. It's spelled like that, and you have different languages, but yeah, you see here straight away HTML, and HTML has some rules that you have to start with this, and yeah, and here's CSS. JavaScript is the third language, which because if you have this, yeah, it's a nice looking page, but it's sort of like a statue, you know. Yeah, it's looks good maybe, but it just stands still. So how do you make it do stuff? How can you do stuff? Add functionality to the page, not just a content and a look. So that's the main area for JavaScript is that. So you can go into here to learn HTML to begin with, and you can follow this tutorial. Yeah, and then it will show you different things. You see here the different topics. So and then you have also a reference somewhere here. Yeah, you can see the tag list here gives you the valid tag, because you can't just put anything here in HTML. You have to use a valid tag, and this here, but just follow the guide, and you will at least understand a bit more. And this is sort of like for beginners, and you have MozDev, which is Mozilla, the Firefox company. They have their guides, and it's more like documentation, and they are more correct and yeah, up to date, because their company, they make a browser, so they have they work actively with the technology, and they have very detailed information here. But this other one is more for beginners, and you can also go into YouTube and have tutorials, and yeah, and there's also online different tutorials. And of course you can go a course, and the benefit of going a course is, of course, you get a diploma, and yeah, and you see here, so here, but this page has many languages, because these three are the ones that are used inside the browser. For example, these two, and this one, and oh, you see here a whole list. These, if you want to learn about how to make websites, yeah, we have here these languages over here, and these languages are all used on the server, because these languages give you they generate HTML and serve it to you. So this, for example, content here is given by a server, and that server might use a different language, but it produces HTML. And when you have done that, you have followed this tutorial. Of course, you will understand a bit, but you won't be like fluent. You need to exercise. You have exercises here, but what I would recommend is to go like to any nice looking web page. You can use these pages also, and here they have so many different, and you can also actually use this HTML, because the HTML, we looked at it, is not so much. You have your paragraph, you have your text, and it's divided, it's grouped together by dividers. Maybe they should be called groupers or something. Yeah, but you can practice by creating your own website, like there is a image, a copy, or you can make your own ideas with how it should look. But what are popular pages out there? Yeah, but you can just go in here. Of course, some of these are more difficult, and actually you can have some functionality. Like you see here, when I load the page, there's animation. There's some functionality you can have in CSS also, actually. So you can just practice, like, okay, I'm gonna take a blank HTML and a blank CSS, and I'm gonna make a copy of this page and write it from scratch, just as an exercise. And after you have done that, you can start to learn JavaScript. JavaScript these days is both, you can use it both in the browser and it can use it in different areas these days. Yeah, so that's what I have, but I won't go into JavaScript in this video. It would take a bit more time, and maybe for the next video. So if you like the video, subscribe or like the video. So if you want to see more explanations.